Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we are getting into the finale of the Grand Fled Jury series, episode 8, which is called Inheritance.
And that title, Inheritance, it's not at all what you'd expect.
Not at all. I mean, you hear that and you think money, property, something passed down.
Right, a legal document.
Mm-hmm.
But the script opens with this line that just completely reframes the whole episode.
It really does. It says inheritance isn't money or buildings. It is whatever remains after responsibility stops being abstract and becomes personal.
And that one line, that's basically the roadmap for the entire conclusion. We've been waiting for this big supernatural showdown.
A huge verdict.
But we don't get one. The whole point is that justice isn't some big spectacle. It's a choice. It's a burden you decide to pick up.
And you see that shift almost immediately when we go to the new courthouse. The details are so specific.
Oh, yeah. Cleaner floors.
Different acoustics. It feels almost sterile compared to where we've been.
It's what the show calls the quiet revolution. You have that new clerk talking to the supervisor. He's not sure if he should stay late, to do the job right.
And the supervisor's response is just perfect. He just says, it's normal now.
That's it. That's the whole change. The script describes the action as just paper sliding, a file being opened fully.
No ghosts, no thunder.
No. And the lack of ghosts is the entire point. The haunting was there to fill a void left by neglect.
So once someone actually does the work, once they take on that personal responsibility, the ghosts just become, well, redundant.
Exactly. They're replaced by simple competence, which leads us right to the closure for Marjorie and Harold.
Back in the old courthouse in that afternoon light.
And Harold asks the question that we're all thinking, do you think they'll ever come back? He means the jury.
And Marjorie's answer is so immediate, just no.
Followed by, and thank God for that.
Which feels a little harsh at first, but then you see her packing up her desk, and the script makes this really important distinction.
It does. It says she isn't quitting, she is releasing.
Releasing, as in the job is done. She has this line that just stuck with me. You don't keep a reminder once you've learned the lesson.
It's so practical. It's not cynical or even hopeful, really. It's just, matter of fact, the reminder served its purpose. You don't need to keep the cast on after the bone's healed,
That's a great way to put it. And that brings us to that final, really philosophical image of the whole series.
The 12 empty chairs.
Just sitting there with the sunlight passing over them. The narrator explains that the Grand Fled jury never wanted permanence.
They wanted continuity. And that difference between permanence and continuity is, I think, the key to the entire show.
Because they left in the first place for a reason.
Right. The source material is explicit. They fled because no one would listen. They were a consequence of silence.
And the reason they never came back is just as simple.
It's because listening finally spread. Their absence becomes the proof of their success.
The hunting worked.
It did. Justice, according to the show, doesn't need a permanent ghostly witness. It just needs a witness for long enough to be inherited.
That really changes how you think about leaving a legacy, doesn't it? It's not about putting your name on a building. Maybe the best legacy is making yourself unnecessary.
Because the people who come after you, like that new clerk, are finally doing the work. The cycle of neglect wasn't broken by magic. It was broken by someone just deciding to sit down and read the file.
So the message for us, I guess, is that you can't just wait for some ghost to show up and fix a broken system.
You have to make that responsibility personal. You have to treat justice like it's a file sitting right there on your own desk.
So the Grand Fled jury doesn't end with a bang. It ends with the sound of pages turning. A very practical end to a very supernatural problem.
And a much more sustainable one in the end.
So I'll leave you with this to think about. The show suggests justice is a baton pass, not a haunting. If that's true, are you the one holding the file right now, or are you waiting for someone else to witness it for you? Thanks for listening to this deep dive.
Until next time.